Never waste a good crisis. And when it comes to the economic crisis, don't waste it when it can have a very positive impact.
You never want a serious crisis to go to waste.
The way we're going to win over the long term is not just militarily. We've got to win over hearts and minds. And what that means is we've got to invest in countries that have no educational infrastructure, have no means for young people to get ahead. We've got to give them a stake in creating the kind of world order that I think all of us would like to see.
Stay tuned for politics and religion. It's very interesting to see what's going on in Europe today. Just 3 weeks from right now, the Irish will vote once again to accept the European Constitution. Now, it's not called a constitution, but that's what it is. It's the LISBON Treaty. Originally, the European Constitution, which was called a constitution, was defeated by a no vote by France and by Holland. Well, now then they've recycled it as the Lisbon Treaty. And, of course, the goal in making it a treaty rather than a constitution is that most of the states then can pass, can ratify in the Congress rather than to have a referendum of their people, and that's what the politicians were after. However, Ireland did not have such a provision in their law. They had to go back to referendum, and Ireland voted it down about a year ago. Well, that upset everybody's European apple cart, and so they now are going back to revote. They've adjusted a few things in the Constitution in order to mollify the opposition in Ireland, but this vote will take place now. Why is this important? Because the Bible prophesies the rebirth of the Holy Roman Empire. The Lisbon Treaty, the adopting of a constitution of a United States of Europe, or a United Europe, is the whipped cream on top of the cake. It is the final, it's the capstone of the rebirth of the Holy Roman Empire. If this is approved in Ireland on October the 2nd, then the next step will be the voting in of a European president and a European foreign minister. So all of a sudden, Europe will in fact have all the trappings of a United States of Europe, because that's what it will be. Already they have pretty much a common money. They have total economic unification. You can raise crops in one state, sell in another. You can actually move from state to state. You can travel from state to state. I've been there. I rented a car. I went from Germany to France to Holland. I went from one state to another. All it says is welcome to Germany, welcome to France, just like it would say welcome to Texas, welcome to Indiana. It's the same thing. So that's what's going on right now. The Bible prophesies the rebirth of the Holy Roman Empire, and that the Antichrist and the false prophet will come out of this reborn Holy Roman Empire. So this is no little prophetic development. This is a huge deal. Well, there is an Irish millionaire, and he was one of the chief opponents to ratification of the Lisbon Treaty by the Irish people when it came up last year. Well, now then, he had said he was sitting this one out. However, at the last minute, 3 weeks before the fact, he is jumping in. And one of the things he's complaining about is that Article 48 in the Lisbon Treaty, which according to Mr. Ganley, allows EU leaders in future with just intergovernmental agreement, with no need of going back to the citizens anywhere, to make any change to this constitutional document, adding any new powers without having to revisit an electorate anywhere. So what you do is you take out the parts that really take away the sovereignty of the nation state and hand it to the United States of Europe. You take those out right now because Ireland won't approve it. And then you have Article number 48, when the heat cools down, when everything's going okay, in a time when everybody's happy, then you can slip it back in and approve it. It never has to go back to the people. And so that's what has caused Mr. Ganley to jump back in and say, we have to do this right now. Now, in addition to this, the latest polls are reporting that 52% of the Irish people intend to vote yes this time, and only 25% have made up their mind to vote no, with another 23% undecided. So as you can see here, it looks like they already have the majority to vote yes. Now, the Bible prophesies the rebirth of the Holy Roman Empire. Whether the Irish vote yes or whether they vote no makes absolutely no difference. The same thing is going to occur one way or another. So that's what we're facing right now, ladies and gentlemen. It's a very interesting time as we watch the major prophecies of the Bible. These are not little things. These are huge historic prophecies that have been given to us 2,500 years ago, and they're coming to pass right now, today, 2009. We're watching it happen right now. What an exciting time to live in. And we'll continue to talk about the prophecies of the Bible as we go along.
This has been an excerpt of Endtime Ministries' daily talk radio show, Politics and Religion. To view the show in its entirety, visit endtime.com, click the radio tab on the left-hand side, choose the show, and click Watch Video. If your show does not appear in the recent broadcast, click the More Broadcast tab at the bottom, and you can choose by date or show title. Be sure to catch our new television show, End of the Age, on Inspirational Network.